Today I slept a little, then I felt completely collected. After becoming collected, I felt my head take off. I was with Jesus. How happy I was. Yes, I suffered so much in my head. I complained a little because he is leaving me alone. I begged him also to tell me when Mother Maria Teresa would be in heaven. He said, "Not yet, she's still suffering." I commended my poor sinner to him, and he blessed me and all the members of the Sacro Collegio, and he left me in a happy state. This evening I felt I could not collect myself. I said a few evening prayers and went to bed. To tell the truth, I foresaw a bit of a storm because Jesus had warned me a few days ago, saying, "The enemy will try you with one final battle, but it will be the last because now that is enough." I could not help but thank him for the strength he had always given me, and I prayed that he would want to give me strength for this final test as well, that is to say, last night. I went to bed, as you know well, with the intention of sleeping. Slumber was not long in coming, when almost instantly a tiny, tiny man appeared, all covered in black hair. What a fright! He put his hands on my bed, and I thought he wanted to hit me. "No, no," he said, "I am not able to hit you. Don't be afraid." And as he said this, he lay down on the bed. I called Jesus to help me, but he did not come. But this doesn't mean he abandoned me. As soon as I called his name, I felt liberated, but it was sudden. Other times I had called Jesus, but he had never been ready, like last night. You should have seen the demon afterwards, how angry. He rolled around on the floor, cursing. He made one last effort to take away the cross I had with me, but then he instantly fell backward. How good Jesus was with me last night. The devil, after that last effort, turned toward me and said that since he had not been able to do anything, he wished to torment me the rest of the night. "No," I told him. I called my guardian angel, who opened his wings and alighted next to me. He blessed me, and the bad devil ran away. Jesus be thanked. This morning I learned that at the very moment the devil was rising in fury, the scapular of Our Lady of Sorrows had been placed on me, and I realized that when the devil was trying to take something off of me, it could be nothing but that. My mother, Our Lady of Sorrows, also be thanked. Yesterday during the day, I had to talk with my guardian angel once again. He reproached me above all for my laziness about prayer. He reminded me of many other things, all about the eyes. Still, he threatened me severely. Last night in church, he reminded me again of what he had said that day, telling me I would have to reckon with Jesus. Finally, before going to bed, as I was asking his blessing, he warned me that today, August 20th, Jesus wished me to undergo an assault from the demon. This because for several days I had been negligent in prayer. He warned me that the devil would make every effort to prevent me from praying, especially mentally for all of today, and he would also deprive me of his visit, I mean my guardian angels, but only for today. I went to Holy Communion, but who knows in what a state, so distracted, with my mind still on last night, that is, on a bad dream, which I recognized as the work of the devil. Oh God, the moment of the assault has come, and it was strong, even terrible, I would almost say. No sign of the cross, no scapular, was enough to halt the most ugly temptation one could imagine. He was so horrifying that I closed my eyes and never opened them again until I was absolutely freed. My God, if I am without sin, I owe it only to you. You be thanked. What to say in those moments? To look for Jesus and not find him is a greater penance than the temptation itself. What I feel only Jesus knows, who watches secretly and is pleased. At a certain point, when it seemed the temptation would take on more force, it came to mind to invoke the Holy Father of Jesus, and I shouted, "Eternal Father, for the blood of Jesus, free me." I don't know what happened. That good-for-nothing devil gave me such a strong shove that I fell off the bed, causing me to bang my head on the floor with such great force that I felt a sharp pain. I fainted and remained on the ground for a long time before regaining consciousness. Jesus be thanked that today also everything turned out in the best way, as he wished. The rest of the day went wonderfully. In the evening, as it happens to me many times, all my grave sins came to mind, but with such enormity that I had to make a great effort not to cry out loud. I felt a pain more alive than I had ever undergone before. The number of my sins surpasses by 1,000-fold my age and my capacity. But what consoled me is that I endured the greatest pain because of my sins, so that I wished this pain would never be canceled from my mind and never be diminished. My God, to what point my malice has reached. This evening, to say the truth, I was awaiting Jesus. No way. No one showed up. Only my guardian angel does not cease to watch over me, to instruct me, and to give me wise counsel. Many times during the day he reveals himself to me and talks to me. Yesterday he kept me company while I ate, but he didn't force me like the others do. After I had eaten, I didn't feel at all well, so he brought me a cup of coffee so good that I was healed instantly, and then he made me rest a little. Many times I make him ask Jesus for permission to stay with me all night. He goes to ask, and then he does not leave me until morning, if Jesus approves. Still later, I went to church for the usual blessing, but I felt tired. In fact, I truly was, but it is not, as I've said many times, true tiredness. It is laziness, a lack of desire to pray. My guardian angel whispered in my ear that I should pray even while sitting. At first, I could not give in, but he insisted a second time, and so for obedience I remained sitting. For sure I was pleased about this, since I was unable to stay on my knees. Last night he also made me understand that when Jesus complains about me because I do not do my meditation, he does not mean Thursday and Friday, he means the other days of the week. In fact, it's true, because on those 2 days I never forget. I promised to be more conscientious, and he ordered me to bed, saying I was tired and I had to sleep. I urged him to stay with me, but he made no promise, and in fact, he did not stay. Now then, I said to him, run to Jesus and plead with him, because tomorrow evening I must go to confession, and I need to see him. And he instantly responded, and if Brother Gabriel should come? That would be the same, I answered. Either Jesus or Brother Gabriel. One way or another, I need a visit. Beg him to concede me this grace. I need it. Can you tell me? He asked. As for you, I responded, go to Jesus and tell him everything, and then return and tell me. He nodded yes. He had spoken to me a few minutes ago about Brother Gabriel, and, as always, even just hearing about him made me happy all over, so I could not refrain from exclaiming, Brother Gabriel, how long I have been awaiting him, how much I desire him. Just so, because you have such a strong desire, Jesus does not want to satisfy you. Then, laughing, he instructed me that when Jesus came, I should not let him know that I had a desire to see Brother Gabriel, in which case Jesus would grant my wish easily. I realized he was kidding, because I know nothing can be hidden from Jesus. Show indifference, he repeated, and you will see that Jesus will send him more often. I won't be able to do that, I said. I'll teach you. You have to talk like this to Jesus. If he comes, fine. If not, it's all the same. And in saying this, he laughed heartily. So I also repeated the phrase, but I understood that he was having fun. He ordered me to bed, saying I had to stay alone that night because if he stayed, I would never get to sleep, and he left. It's true, because when he is there, I do not sleep. He teaches me so many things about heaven, and the night passes quickly, very quickly. But last night was not like that. He left me alone, and I slept. Although I did awaken several times, and instantly he said, Sleep, otherwise I'm going away for real. I heard loud thunderclaps, very loud, and I was afraid, so he came and made himself visible. He blessed me once again, and I went back to sleep. I think that is all for this episode, and I hope you like the stories shared this time. Remember to share your thoughts in the comments if you have the time. And thanks again for listening and watching. May God bless all of you.